Overload.
So, yeah, I think we're just ready to play Gyromite.
Wait, what are you playing now?
This is just test mode. It's called, this is direct mode. There's test mode and direct mode.
Nintendo thought this would be a cool idea.
You know the story behind this, right?
This is how they got it installed.
Yeah, this was their Trojan horse. I still don't understand how this left the laboratory. And people were like, kids will love this.
Have you seen the Japanese one? It's like white. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
And that never shipped with Gamicom, so it's like the rarest thing.
Huh.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. It's good music too.
It's great music, yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know why it says Robot Gyro.
I love the little NES controller holder there.
So he has the test, direct mode, and then the types of the game.
Is this the original, like, US version of the game? Was the title screen really Robot Gyro?
I don't know what's going on with that. That doesn't make sense to me. They must just not have changed it. Because it's so early.
The sticker on the cart says gyromite.
Yeah.
That says gyromite.
Well, we have arrived at the end of GameScoop episode 255. I've been hosting GameScoop for 6 years. I've had my hetero life mate Greg Miller at my side for 5 of those years.
Hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
5.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
Don't shortchange me on my hard time here at IGN.
I never would. Yeah, it was time for a change. We thought this would be a good way to sort of mix things up, give you more GameScoop more often on a daily basis, reach a wider audience so we can now get the show onto YouTube. And we still provide the same, hour-long audio podcast every Friday that people love.
How'd it go for you, Damon? What'd you think of this week?
I'm really excited about this.
This is fun. This is fun, yeah.
But I want to know what you guys think about it. You can always reach us at gamescoop@ign.com. Email us. Let us know what you think about the new format. If you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear them. You can also follow Greg and I on Twitter. We're very active there, and we like to engage with you guys there.
I'm assuming you're going to put the words there.
Nah, man, don't think so.
What am I touching, Damon? I'm touching nothing!
I put a male crotch up there that you were and also, you guys have probably heard by now that Greg Miller recently received some news.
I did, Damon.
Yeah.
I've been diagnosed with cancer. It's Hodgkin's lymphoma. They should cut to this camera. I gotta be ready for it this time. I can see it in the corner. Hodgkin's lymphoma. Don't freak out. I put up a blog yesterday about it. It was weird to write it, Damon, because I was thinking, it wasn't weird and it was, right? Like, I'm writing this blog and I'm writing about it, telling you, the viewer, you, the listener, you, the IGN reader, about what's happening with me. And I wasn't trying to do it from a conceited place of like, well, I'm Greg Miller and everyone needs to know about me. But it's like I always tell you, if you're new to the show, thanks to being on YouTube and video now, I've been saying for years on podcasts, if you listen to the podcast, if you read the blog, if you follow us on Twitter, you're not just a fan, you're our friend. You know the most about us. Like, I mean, old school GameScoop fans, remember I broke my divorce on a GameScoop and stuff like that and all that stuff. And like
this is episode 255. Fans have been listening to us talk about our lives for 255 hours.
Poor bastards.
You know a little something about us.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that when I got the news and I started telling my family and my friends and my phone book that I was able to express it to you guys too. Because for me especially this week sucked because it was like, okay, we're doing this new GameScoop thing and I've been your co-host, your Robin to your Batman forever, and like I wasn't on 2 of the shows. And one of them I think was an actual conflict with Beyond, which we're changing, and then the other one was I had to go to the doctor and I had to do all this other stuff. And so I don't want, if that has to happen down the path, I mean, like, I want to make sure people know why that's happening. It's not that I don't have, my dedication to IGN hasn't waned. I'm not going anywhere. I'm definitely not going to die. Don't worry about that. It was one of those things, some people hear cancer, they think the worst, Damon. It's definitely not that. Hodgkin's lymphoma is like one of the most curable cancers from what I've been told. I still don't have my staging. I'm going through all the tests right now to figure out what stage of lymphoma I have and all that jazz. But even if it's stage 4 or whatever, I'll get through it and I'll be fine. I wanted to thank you personally. I put it up yesterday, Damon, and I was a bit naive about it. Like, it was one of those things where I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to put up this blog. It's going to explain stuff, and then there'll be comments, and then I'll just go about my day. I'll go back to building PS3 and building Vita. No. And no, I put it up, and then it was just like, every time I looked at Twitter, there was like 100 new tweets about it. I was trying to answer every one of the comments on the blog, and then it got up to like in the 700s, and then there were emails and direct messages and phone calls and texts and stuff, and it really blew me away. Thank you so much for your support. Like, it's one of those things. I'm always here for you. It means a lot to me to know that you're always here for me.
I like the way David Jaffe put it.
Yeah.
He said he referred to it as a speed bump.
Yeah.
that you will overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Our Greg is a strong.
I'm good Midwestern stock.
Positive
right.
guy. Yeah. So yeah, it will be a crappy thing that we all have to deal with for the next 6 months, but we'll get through it.
Sure, of course.
Sure. Thank you very much, listeners. That's all the scoops we have for you this week. This is IGN. How do we end this again? Thank you, Greg.
There it is. Do you want to go through everybody who was on the show this week?
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Andrew. I think that's everybody. My name is Damon. This is IGN GameScoop, and we're out.
We'll be right back.